That would be telling. We want information. Information. Information.
That's terrorist. Stop him. Go ask him questions. I got stopped by SWAT. I got announced to from, I don't know where they sit, in BART. I was on the platform. I'm like, ooh, click, click, click. And they're like, do not take pictures on the platform. And I'm like,
I was a broadcasting film major in college, and we came up with the #1 universal excuse, and it still works to this day. Don't spread it around. I called the press office. I talked to Pat. Pat said it was okay. We actually shot inside, it was back in '87, but we shot inside what's now the World Trade Center PGE's building.
Oh, yeah.
We did a chase scene with fake guns and a guy dressed as a fake security guard in the skywalk. Yeah. And we had just planned to do it on Max, which we already did at Waterfront Park and stuff. We thought, oh, that's cool, let's go up in there, you know. And so the first thing, there's a security desk there, and it says, what are you guys doing? So, oh, we talked to Pat, we're from OSU, we're doing a student video project. Oh, okay. I wished I'd have bought a brick when I was a kid. My parents wouldn't let me buy a brick, and if I had my brick, I could go put my monopod on my brick.
Places like New York, it's legal to take photos. It specifically says if you're not using flash or otherwise commercial, you can take photos, but the security...
Garbage. And they also use it to harass protesters. If you have a sign and it has a pole, if you consider you're old and disabled and maybe protesting something about Social Security or Medicare, you are not allowed to let your sign touch the ground. That violates the structure's provision. So you can protest as long as you can hold that thing up there. And then if you want to rest, you got to go. I found on Amazon that sells a monopod that is sold primarily as a hiking stick with a camera mount. It's a hiking stick with a camera mount. And they already told me that walking sticks are okay. So what if I have a walking stick and the receipt in my pocket for a walking stick that just happens to have a camera resting on it? So it's a permit in all Portland public parks. But of course it never gets enforced like that anywhere other than Pioneer Courthouse Square. I think a lot of people videotaping their families playing soccer or whatever would be surprised to learn that you need a permit and an insurance bond.
I think the fundamental problem with your question is that you put reason in there. There isn't a reason. Somebody just made the rule once.
All their real rules are.
But speaking of scaring shoppers away, so this is before they started the mall construction, and me and a girlfriend and two of my friends were walking down the street going toward Pioneer Place Mall. There's 5 cops with M16s on their shoulders, 3 with room-clearing shotguns, and then guys over here with 45s pulled out. And I mean, I don't mind guns, but those dudes freak me out.
Very best friends is a Portland cop. Yeah. He's the nicest guy you would ever know.
And, you know, every interaction I've ever had, awesome cops here. But
not all my we go camping with him and with a few friends sometimes, and you get out there and you think he's the most liberal guy in the world, but you start talking politics, and you know, he thinks the Patriot Act is the greatest thing in the world. He's upset that the Joint Terrorism Task Force went away. He has no problem with Guantanamo Bay or enhanced interrogation.
He has no problem with any of that, huh?
He has no problem with any of that, and we're just
support McCain.
Well,
I mean, they're supporting the end of the union. I mean, I don't know. You're against unions, but I'm a big union man. Okay.
I'm a mixed vote. I'm not totally against them. I'm absolutely not totally against them.
I mean, unions are corrupt. Yeah, and Enron is corrupt. Yeah, government is corrupt. Everybody's fucking corrupt. Without the union, you don't get a good contract. You don't get health insurance.
I wasn't against that guy.
YouTube, and I'm like, Sarah Palin. So I start watching something. I think I'm watching Sarah Palin.
You're watching Tina Fey.
I'm watching Tina Fey.
And you can't tell the difference.
But no, wait. Here's the catch. A, I can't tell the difference. You're right. Yeah. B, somebody goes, oh, those were all her actual answers anyway.
Yes.
I'm like, wait a second. So I saw Tina Fey, but I saw Sarah Palin at the same time. You gotta be shitting.
I think it was a newspaper in France, because they plastered the headlines over one of the blogs I used. They ran a legitimate news story about Sarah Palin, and they grabbed the stock photo to, you know, it was like a quarter of the front page of their newspaper, and it was the Saturday Night Live sketch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, if they had fair inspectors out doing their job randomly and around the system, then that wouldn't happen. If they simplified the fair system so I could read the fucking, excuse my language, if I could read the damn thing, I would enforce it. I can't read it. I can't read them anyway.
What do you want? Information.
I wanna be free, don't wanna come in number 6. Coming out in a 8. The second you're living, cause you're lyrically